What is up, Terp fans? Welcome into another Shell Shock experience. I'm Matt Moderno. I'm joined here today by another Terps legend, Darryl Morsell. Darryl, thanks for coming on, man. How are things?
Things are well. No problem coming on. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, well, happy to have you. For anybody not familiar with your career, if they're listening to this, I don't know what they were doing during those years, but Big Ten All Defense 2020, 2021, Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. Average about 10 points per game for your career, about 4 rebounds, a little over 2 assists. From the Maryland area, from the Baltimore area, went to Mount St. Joe's High School. So a Terp through and through. We appreciate you having you on here. As always, we're brought to you by BetOnline. BetOnline is your biggest betting weekend of the year is finally here, which means more updated odds and props for Super Bowl Sunday. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. We have hundreds of prop bets, MVP odds, and exclusive in-game live betting. BetOnline is your ultimate game day companion, whether you're a seasoned fan or a first-time bettor. BetOnline offers you everything and more to enhance your game day experience. Visit the website today and make the game day action count a little bit more. BetOnline, the game starts here. Also brought to you by Vision Media Solutions, the top media management company in the DMV. See them for web design, videography, and more. Darryl, I don't know if you know this, but at least among my circle of friends, you are a fan favorite player. I think that's just because you played so hard, and I don't know, everybody loves guys that like do the dirty work, play defense, and you just absolutely put the clamps on people during your years here. So I don't know. Do you feel the love from Terps fans? I guess.
Um, for sure, it's definitely some fans that show their appreciation. I don't know. I would just say the DMV is a real it's a basketball smart community. They have a lot of knowledge in regards to basketball, not just like highlights and stuff like that. They know what goes into winning, and I don't know, a lot of Maryland fans know that I kind of just play the game to win and try to help any way I can on the court to contribute to winning. So, yeah, I feel the love. I feel the love for sure.
It's not just always the guy that scores 20 points in a game that contributes to winning. It's the guy that does, everything across the stat sheet, I think. And we definitely recognize that. I saw you at the Maryland Marquette game. I'm assuming you were rooting mostly for the Terps there in that one, but is that a safe assumption?
I had red on, so
okay, there you go.
I definitely was rooting for my Maryland guys. I had some former teammates that was on the Marquette team that I have a great relationship with, that I talked to a little bit before the game, those type things. But yeah, I was pulling for my guys to win for sure.
It's probably cool though to see both your schools doing well. They're both ranked right now, and seem like things are rolling for sort of both squads there. So probably nice to just know you contributed to the legacy of two programs that are cooking right now.
Yeah, man. Truthfully, everybody asked me when I came who I was cheering for. At the time I was just saying I just came here to see a good game.
Sure.
I know both teams was talented. It was still early in the season, but I like I said, I knew some of the Marquette players from playing with, and then I'm at the University of Maryland a lot throughout the summer, so I seen a lot of those guys. So I knew it was going to be a good game. So I was just really there just to enjoy myself for sure.
Yeah, likewise. Obviously a Terp fan, but being at that game was just good energy the whole time, and that was a tough battle too. So glad it's working out for both squads there.
Yeah.
Just want to talk a bit about your time here as a Terp. So how did you end up a Terp? I guess was that you're from Maryland? Like, was that always the plan? Was that somewhere you wanted to go, or talk us through a little bit? How that worked out.
That wasn't necessarily always the plan. I would say Maryland kind of picked up their recruitment on me going into my senior year. So just between Coach Turgeon, who was the head coach at the time when I was there, and Bino Ranson, who was an assistant coach there, but he's also from Baltimore, and I had knew him, throughout my life. Probably, since 5th, 6th grade, I've known Bino. But them guys got me there. They had a plan for me. They was real big on keeping a lot of the local guys home. And really I just trusted them. I went on my official visit, got to get to know some of the guys I had played like with and against Anthony Cowan growing up, so I already knew him. I don't know. My official went well.
Was there a particular guy that showed you around from the team on the official? Like, did anybody kind of sponsor you there? Sometimes you'll have like one guy on the team kind of take you around. Was there a certain guy?
To be honest, my official at Maryland, I took a couple of officials. I say my official at Maryland, me and Bruno Fernando did our official visit
Nice.
together.
That's a good one.
So I would say we did that before like our high school season. I would say probably like September or something. But me and him was together. And all I could remember is us going to the apartments. I think at the time they was living in the Varsity.
Okay.
And truthfully, I think my host was Anthony because I knew him. But all I remember is me and Bruno just ended up with DeMonte Dodd.
Okay. It's a good guy to hang with.
Outgoing, good spirited, good hearted guy, and very welcoming. So that was our first day. That was a weekend visit. I would say it was from Friday to Sunday. That first night we was, really just with DeMonte kind of getting around the campus and those type things. And shucks, by Sunday, Bruno had committed, and I would say recruiting me harder than any other players there. So between Bruno and Bino and Coach Turgeon after that weekend visit, they was all really pulling for me to come to Maryland. So
shout out Bruno then, man. We got a future as a recruiter for him getting the job done there.
Yeah, he committed before me and definitely wanted me to join him for sure. So yeah,
that's cool. Just sticking with that a little bit. I think as you were coming in as a recruit, obviously, pretty good recruit from the area, but not like, the blue chip, 5-star guy. Like you didn't have everything kind of like laid out for you. You had to work for it. I think that's another reason why Maryland fans, resonated so well here is like you were a guy that like put in the work clearly, and we saw you get better over time. And then, by the end of your tenure here, I think one of the best defensive players in the Big Ten by far, but also one of the most well-rounded players in the Big Ten because you contribute on offense. But just talk a little bit about the work that you had to put in to get to, where you ultimately got to as a player here.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of, hard work, late hours. But I mean, that like I said, I was just accredited to the program that, Coach Turgeon had for us. And like I said, the vision he had for me, just coming in as a recruit. But yeah, it was a lot of hard work. From the strength and conditioning coach, Kyle Tarp, who's still there.
He's killing it, man. He kills people.
Early mornings with him. A lot of after practice stuff as well. And just, being in the gym, a lot of playing and just going out and having success is confidence. So I knew if I was in the gym as much as I could be, repping shots, repping not just shots particularly, but game shots. And repping a lot of stuff that I would, emulate in the game. I just had confidence out there. So just over the years, I just continue to gain confidence in my play, myself. My coaches seen me working hard, those type things. And I don't know, I was just able to have some success when I went out there by the grace of God. But yeah, that's really it. It's kind of hard to not get better when you're in college, man. You're there all year.
You got a lot of time. Yep.
Here in the summer. Like I said, Kyle crazy. He gonna push you to your max. So it's kind of hard to not get better in the summer. So it's a program there for you. You just gotta give it your all every day, basically.
I think Kyle Tarp might be the unsung hero of Maryland basketball over the last, 15 plus years, or however long he's been there. Like he kills everybody, but it works. Yeah,
he's phenomenal. I still, speak to him and, talk to him till this day. I love him, his family, everybody, man. He definitely phenomenal.
How's Coach Turgeon to play for? Like you seem like you would have been a Coach Turgeon kind of guy, like his kind of ideal player, somebody gritty, tough defensively. But how was that dynamic?
Playing for him was fun. I would say he builds like a great relationship with his guys. And he was a point guard himself. So he kind of sees the game kind of how I try to see it. I try to see it from like a point guard's perspective and, try to get my teammates involved and, just like I said, do what contributes to winning. But, I mean, it was fun. We had a lot of fun times. He not the biggest yeller. He not the biggest cusser. But he definitely demands respect. And it's a certain way he wants his players to play and compete at a high level. And you do that for him, you'll get the best out of him. But I enjoyed my time definitely playing with Coach Turgeon.
Also just seems like a basketball junkie too. Like I just saw him at the American game over the weekend. He's just there because he wanted some basketball to watch and he lives nearby. So it's probably fun to play for a guy like that too.
Yeah, he loved the game, man. He loved the game for sure.
Your 2019-2020 team, the COVID season, you guys were 24-7, 14-6, first in the Big Ten, and 12th in the final AP poll before the pandemic. I guess just how good was that team?
I don't know, man. I would just say that team just knew how to win. Yeah. I would say I just remember a lot of games. Shucks, just from coming back from at Minnesota, at Indiana. I could go on and on. I could name 5, 6, 7, 8 games that truthfully we probably weren't supposed to win. Yep. But we just figured it out. We had a lot of versatility in our lineups where we could play big, where we could play small. And I don't know, like we just figured it out. Like at Michigan State on the road, down 6, the last TV timeout, down 6 with 3. I couldn't tell you how much time, but we down 6 with 3 minutes and some change left, and we looking at each other in the huddle like, we gonna go get this done.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like, I don't know, we was just hungry, and I mean, I would just have to credit that to, like our players, Anthony being a senior, Anthony Cowan being a senior, he was hungry to, get a championship and leave his legacy. Sticks had took that next step. I don't know, and we was just all so close. So we really didn't care like who played well or who got the shine, or really we just really cared about winning. And I say that team, all of us still have great relationships to this day. So even this past summer, Sticks got married. And it's crazy because all the groomsmen was people that went to Maryland. So me and Stick got a different relationship because we went to high school, those type things. But Aaron Wiggins was a groomsman.
That's awesome.
You feel me? Me and him still talk like on a regular till today. Sorrell Smith, who didn't even play much at the time, he was a groomman in a way. But like, I don't know, it's just to show you how close.
It's just tight. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we was just so close, and I don't know, we was out there doing it for one another. And all those guys, we still got great relationships, that type stuff. But yeah, I don't know. We just figured out. We just knew how to figure it out. It might not have always been the prettiest, but I feel like that was like a strong suit of ours heading into the NCAA tournament. Just having experience winning anyways, like any kind of way, and just having versatility to match up with any team. I think we would have definitely,
I think so too.
We would have made it a little bit of noise, but you'll never know. But I always say having a leader like Anthony, man, that man crazy. Yeah, he a crazy little competitive like.
You need one of those guys, right?
Yeah, he one of them crazy. So I know he wasn't gonna go out without a bang for sure. So I wish we could have had that opportunity with that group. But I'm glad we definitely could leave our mark and get a championship at the least.
Does that come up in the group chat every March? Like, Dan, we could have made a run on that stuff. Like, are people over it yet, or does it still get brought up every once in a while?
I mean, when we see each other, we talk about it, those type things. It's not something we bring up every month, every March. I'm sorry, but we know. I mean, I think the fans know, all the players know.
For sure.
We just like, dang, we wish we could have got that opportunity for sure. But yeah.
You mentioned just how close you guys were. I always say, like, you don't have to be best friends with your teammates to be successful, but it sure doesn't hurt. And when you have a team like that and you guys are that tight and that locked in, you get into those moments where you're down 6 with a couple of minutes to go and it's kind of like, okay, cool, we'll just do what we do. Like you're more locked in, I think, with everybody else, and you don't panic in those moments because you trust everybody. And there's, that sort of buy-in and chemistry, I think, goes a long way. And like you said, sometimes you got to win ugly, especially in the Big Ten. And you guys had a knack for that, so that was really cool to see.
Yeah, for sure.
You mentioned Anthony just being kind of a crazy guy. Any good Anthony Cowan stories you could share with us here?
What's a good one? I don't know. I got a lot of stories with him. Like on the court, off the court. He can't cook.
Okay.
I don't know. Let me think.
Nothing that's going to get him in trouble here or anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. I'm going to try to keep it basketball related.
There you go. You guys ever get matched up in practice very often? Like how was that, having to go against each other in practice?
I would speak on that. We play a lot of one-on-one and stuff in the summer to work on us, but between him and Aaron Wiggins, that's everything I needed.
Yep.
And just with us being so competitive, it was a lot of trash talking.
Sure.
I feel like that just always brought the best out of us. Ant was a tough guard. Him and Aaron, I would say him and Aaron was definitely my tougher guards in, those one-on-one drills and those type things. Just with their versatility, and Anthony with his speed and his ability to drive, shoot, knowing you don't have no help. Like
right.
Aaron with his size, just how fluid he is with the ball and change. Yeah. They were both tough guards. I think they definitely contributed to me, becoming the defender I became there, and just taking all like that much pride in it for sure.
If you could stop those guys even a little bit in one-on-one, you can stop anybody in the league, I think.
Hey, and I was fighting every day, man.
Yeah.
Like, no refs, no help, man. I'm fouling them. I'm giving. I'm trying to do anything I can to get it done. But like I said, I think that made us all better. Just me competing and talking trash and, like I said, fouling them in one-on-one. Like, no, that ain't no foul. Like those type things, and them having to play through. Like that all just made us tougher and just help prepare us for that moment when the season came. So yeah.
And I'm sure vice versa, that's helped them in the long run here too. Like Aaron, you see what he's doing right now. Like you are at a high level NBA caliber defender, in my opinion. So him having to go against you every day was preparation for what he's doing right now. Did you see this coming from him? Like, I'm pretty sure the man just had like a 40 ball in the NBA a couple nights ago. Like he
just had 41 and 14. Yeah. I text him like, yo, you gotta chill out, man. You killing. But yeah, man, Aaron got game. I ain't gonna say I seen this coming, but I knew if he got the right opportunity, and the chance to just play and be himself, the sky the limit for him. Because, like I said, it's not too many flaws in his game. Yeah. And I don't even know how they explain, but I would say, like, to me, just his best trait personally is just his efficiency. Like, even with us, that championship team, that's the year he won 6th man of the.
I think, he came off the bench a lot.
He came off the bench but he coming in 6 for 8, 4 for 5 from 3, and 7 for 10, 3 for 5. Like, he was just efficient. Like, even that last game against Michigan, I want to say he was probably 7 for 9 and 5 for 6 from 3, something like that. And like, his best trait is, he's not really gonna force anything. He's gonna let things flow. But when he go get you one, 9 times out of 10, that thing probably gonna go through the net. So he's very efficient, and I love that.
and still doing it in the NBA too. He'll come in
Yeah,
and you go 3 for 5, and you're just like,
like that.
ah,
Like, yo, how you
yep,
even warm? You just sat
right,
on the bench for 30. Like
yep,
I'm trying to tell you, Aaron got game, man, for sure.
yeah, it's really cool to see. Uh, as a fan, yeah, definitely would have loved to see how that team did, but yeah, I think you guys are all going on to have good post Maryland career, so we're happy to see that from you guys here too. And
Yeah.
uh, one of the things we got to see you do fairly recently here as Terps fan is play in the TBT 2 years ago for Shell Shock. Just, I guess, from your perspective, what's the value of having an alumni team? Like, why did that kind of appeal to you? And will we see you back here in a Shell Shock uniform in the future?
Yeah. I mean that it. I would say Maryland is near and dear to my heart.
Mhm.
Just being from Baltimore. Growing up, it wasn't always like that, but I just, going there, being local, seeing the connections and how much the community and just the state as a whole care about Maryland. Kind of resonated with me because I'm one of them. I'm one of the local guys.
Mhm.
And just having a TBT team just shows like the tradition of the program.
Yep.
And just how over the years, players have gone and I like it showed the tradition of the program and also like I don't know, I feel like just having a lot of players from the actual university that like the school is from or that played together just show how much like of a family like the program is. So like the TBT is a good opportunity for a lot of the older guys or former players to, you know, continue like their competitive side and, you know, continue to compete on the court. But it's also like you get to do it with your brother again.
Yeah.
Or like you get to do it with somebody you close to or
Mhm.
somebody that's I don't know, it's just a different relationship than
You
like
getting the band back together, right? Like
yeah,
it's like
it's a little bit different. That college bond, like I said, waking up at 6 a.m. every day, going to Kyle, going to class together, living together, like even those type things. It's just something that you don't do with your teammates at a professional level. So the bonds that you have are just a little bit different. You guys are a little bit closer. You got to rely on each other more. So I don't know, just bringing that feeling back. Um, is different and it kind of helps like with the TBT thing because it's all brothers out there really
Mhm.
competing at the end of the day. We competing not just for ourselves, kind of how professionally get people, compete for themselves, trying to feed their family, those type things. But
Yep,
that TBT thing, we ain't out here for ourselves. We out here
for
for that
sure.
name across the front of our chest, and that's just a good style of basketball, personally, to me.
The Maryland pride aspect of it, but also just being with your guys again. Like you can feel it on the court, and I think that's the really cool part about the alumni teams. Especially, it's not just like a bunch of overseas pros. It's guys with a connection, and I think those teams have been doing better in the last couple of years here because of that. Like they've got that sort of like pedigree, and even if it's not a guy you played with directly, it's probably someone you saw coming back in the summer from a previous team or whatever, and
Yeah, for
uh,
sure.
them at least. There's a little deeper level of connection there too. I also think it's really good for the program now to have something like Shell Shock because if I'm a recruit, like I'd be selling like, hey, this is a lifetime connection to a university. Like you're a Terp, you're locked in here. Like I think that's good for them long term too to embrace.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh, Darryl, what are you up to now? Catch us up on life. How are things? You're home in Maryland here as we're doing this, but what's going on with you?
So recently I just came back from playing basketball in Israel.
Mhm.
Um, I came home. It's a lot of things going on over there, or at
Yeah.
the time that I came home. Um, right now I'm a free agent. I'm supposed to be going. I got some offers from a lot of different countries for next year, but I mean, I just been in the gym working out. Like you said, I was able to check out, Maryland and Marquette. Um,
Mhm.
I get to check out, Mount St. Joe, my high school team. I got a lot of little cousins playing around the area. I'm just right now. I'm really just working out. This year was my first year hitting overseas, so it was a little bit different for me going over there, and then just with all the stuff going on in Israel, it was I don't know, it was a lot. Yeah, it was a lot for my first year.
It's mental overload, I'm sure, right?
Yeah. So I just needed to regroup. I'll definitely probably be playing in a different country that's not Israel next year. But I'm still at it, still at it, working hard.
Healthy and everything. That's the important part. No injury that drove you back. Okay, that's good.
No injury. I'm healthy. And I don't know. I talked to Nima. I'm kind of excited for this opportunity with this shell shock thing. Doing it, I think 2 years ago. Yeah. I think this year, hey, the thumbs up.
Yeah, it works. There you go.
But I think this year is something that I'm looking forward to this summer for sure. I got a new hunger for sure because I haven't played in a little while.
Right, you'll be itching just to get out on the court and play some real ball.
Itching for certain.
There's only so much time you can spend in the gym working out. Like you got to get like real competitive juices flowing with jerseys on, and it's be a good way to ease back into it.
For sure.
That's cool. Yeah, well, we're looking forward to seeing you. So that'll be awesome, and glad you're healthy and everything, and got home safe and all that. So looking forward to see where you end up next season, but looking forward more to this summer. First things first, and seeing a good TBT run. I guess just real quickly, and then I'll let you get out of here. You played in TBT. You did the Elam ending. I know that probably takes some getting used to. You hit an Elam ender at the end there. What was that like, just trying to adjust to sort of the different flavor of basketball a little bit? It's different, right? Like it's
different. I ain't even gonna lie. Like I got a lot of different thoughts about like the TBT. It was fun though. It like I said, it was different. It's a lot of strategy that goes into how you close games out. And you just I think it makes you value the ball when it matters the most.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It makes you like hone in on taking care of the ball, defensively limiting the other team to one shot, or limiting them to a shot that won't beat you. I don't know. I just think it just like the people that are IQ driven basketball wise, I think it gives them a chance to display their knowledge for the game. I personally say it's a lot of older guys, a lot of veterans. It's a lot of fouling out there, man.
Sure, it seems like it.
A lot of old school tricks.
OG basketball, right?
For sure. That's that's probably what I remember most out there, because at that time I had came from the G League, and then that summer I had played in TBT. G League a little bit more like NBA, more open court, more flow. Man, I got played TBT. We played that Florida team. They all standing in the paint, loaded up, like fouling, all that stuff. So, I mean, I just from that experience, I'll be able to share with some of the guys that, may have not played on kind of what to expect. But like I said, I love it. I love playing basketball, and just the way the TBT is played it's a good opportunity for IQ-driven players to, display their talents.
Also feel like as a Baltimore guy, like there's been some physical basketball you've played in your life growing up here too. So you're no stranger to getting in there and mixing it up a little bit too. So I think you're built for it more than some folks are.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm not even one to complain about fouls. Like I know what go into it. I'm trying to fight through it. Like growing up playing one-on-one, those type things. It was never no fouls, never no out of bounds. So I've never been. But hey, I'm trying to tell you, when
some
you
big
get
dudes
out
there,
you're gonna learn some old school tricks that you might think you know all the tricks, but you're gonna learn some tricks for sure. But I enjoy myself for sure.
That's cool. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you running back. Last question here: who's the next Terp you think we should talk to on the show here?
I mean, like, what's my option? We talking about current players or like? like
The former Terps, potential TBT guys.
Ooh. I mean, if you want somebody funny that's gonna have a lot of, like, I would say DeMonte.
Had DeMonte on. That was I thought you were gonna say that. He was great.
Say, truthfully, from like my times, I even say DeMonte Dodd or dang. I really don't know because I don't know how they, like, it's a couple people. I would say it's either between DeMonte Dodd, Eric Ayala, or Donald Curry.
Okay. I like this. So DeMonte and I have done a couple pods together. He's great. So I will definitely try to get Donald and Eric on next.
Yeah, I would definitely say yeah. Well, yeah, then leave DeMonte where he at, man. Let DeMonte. Yeah. I'll say either Eric Ayala or Donald Curry for sure.
Love it.
You know, me and Eric went to war a lot. Shucks, we didn't spend a lot of time together, even after Merlin. And you know, Donald being another local guy, me and him played a lot together growing up. And he got that Kevin Willard, you know, experience. He's part of his, you know, his, I don't even know how to explain it, but he's part of his
era of guys, whatever. Yeah, something like that.
He would say he part of the Kevin Willard era, so he more of a local guy. And yeah, for sure.
Those are two great suggestions, so I will definitely get them going here in a couple weeks. Any social media accounts you have that you can share with people so they can follow along and keep tabs on what you're doing?
Yeah, same. I mean, all my stuff's still the same. Instagram, Twitter. I mean, I truthfully don't even know my Instagram name. I know it's either.
I'll put it in the episode description here for folks so they can find it.
Yeah. Just Darryl Morsell on all platforms. Just my name. You can find my accounts. But yeah, I'm still on there. You know, reaching out to people, seeing where I can help people at, whether it's fans, younger kids, those type things.
Awesome.
For certain, I'm still around.
Cool. We love it, man. We're happy to see it. Looking forward to this summer with TBT, and then also seeing where you go next season. And we expect you to keep killing it like you always do.
Yes, sir. I'm glad to be on here. Shucks, let's have some fun this summer. For sure.
There you go. That'll be awesome. All right, everybody. You know the drill. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit the like button for us. Rate, review, subscribe. We always appreciate that. We're presented by Vision Media Solutions and betonline.ag. You're the turtle, and we will